I don't see anybody in the waiting room, so if someone sees someone in the waiting room, would you? Give me a heads up, please. And these are the minutes, so basically they're bullets, because we didn't have a quorum. I thought this meeting came up fast this month.
I know.
It's like crackers. I
I
gotta
know,
get this going.
gone pretty
Yeah.
fast. I know, it's just, you
It
think
did.
it can't be Memorial Day, but like, it wasn't planning. for it
I know.
tonight
It's just
Either.
like crackers. Anyway, is what it is. So I did my best to throw together an agenda, which may not be inclusive of everything. So the first thing was the minutes, and like I said, it ended up being, didn't it end up being April 27th? I think it did.
It says that, yeah.
Yeah, well, it says it on the agenda, but the minutes say April 24th, so one of them's wrong. Not sure which one, but, so basically, I just did an overview and Betty asked if that was okay for the minutes. And it just kind of, we were a small group, we only had 3 people in attendance. Goes over kind of what we talked about, we didn't do a lot, we were actually out of here by like 7:20, 7:15, so, because there were only 3 of us. So who was here?
Me,
Yeah, so that's not in here. I'll add in those that were in attendance. I think it was just me, you, Betty, and
yeah, that's
Sue
how,
Bradshaw on Zoom.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
how I remember me.
Yeah.
Betty.
Betty. Gail,
So what do we need for a forum?
and Sue Bradshaw. We are a board of 10.
So
We need
we,
at least 6. Yeah. So we didn't make a lot of decisions. We talked about a lot of different things. We did talk about the botanical gardens, and I'll get to that. So with those amendments, I've added in those that were present. Can I get a motion to accept?
Make them.
Yeah, second.
second,
And Karen, second. Everybody in favor? Right. Where we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow. Except you're not a member, are you?
I'm not.
Okay, so we got 5, Mary DeRosa. I don't see anybody on here waiting. I'm the only participant that I can see. So see, when I look at these, I can see anybody on
Yeah,
here waiting. So we didn't see you in the waiting room, Lois.
I wonder.
So I'm not sure if, yeah, what happened there.
Cause I tried for quite a while. I mean, you know, I didn't give up. I just didn't think I ought to do it, the meeting.
Yeah. Well, I hope you weren't sick. Were you sick or just?
I forget,
Okay.
but I just,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it was just that it was so cold and I thought, well, it's.
I'm just gonna pass
it's
these
really
around.
a Good idea.
So these were the May calendar. I did not do anything for the June calendar, but I feel like we should talk about it.
You didn't have to
You know? So the May calendar, we got rid of the movie Mondays. We are still looking for a volunteer for movie Mondays. at the North Belgrade Community Center. Now it's getting nice, you know, are people gonna wanna come in and do that? And do we wanna try to pick it back up, or we wanna wait till fall?
I think we wait till fall.
I
Yeah.
really think so too.
You know what I didn't print off? Was your new newsletter. I'll go out with that. Pretty much everything's, you know, mostly the senior walks, those have been going well. As far as I know, Doris is still heading those up. Have you been going down to those, Karen?
What? I was
This,
reading.
the senior walks at the center. They're still doing those inside at the center, and it's fairly well attended. There's at least 10 attendees at every
Yeah,
walk.
Doris said
And it's more than just a walk, it's a stop, it's a stretch. Do you go down, Lois?
No,
You haven't been down? Yeah,
no, I went to the exercise program the other day.
the one that
The one that talks about balance.
Hazel Labby is doing.
Yeah. she
So
does
the
a good job.
program that, right, we initiated, the balance program actually turned into a program for the center that they can now charge fee for. So, which, that's a good thing. I mean, it's income for the center and, you know, it helps people. And so people were comfortable going down there and they felt good about it. So,
I think she runs a good program.
yeah, yeah. The pickleball, you know, Dan's been heading that up on both the Wednesdays and the Fridays down there at the center. That's going well. I will give you an update that they're looking to do an outside pickleball court and doing a fundraising effort of $150,000 to bring pickleball down there on the outside of the building, as well as inside during the winter hours.
Does the town have the one at the school, or is that the school property?
That's actually school property.
Yeah, it is school
But-
property. It was donated to the town and the town chose not to accept the donation. And so the donation actually went to RSU 18 and they said, yeah, we'll take it. So, Karen was heading that up and on Thursdays, which ended up being a conflict with the concert evenings.
But I'm still, see, I don't agree with what they're doing down at the center, because unless they raise all their money, but we have courts there. I don't
We
understand.
do
why
have
they don't
courts that are
And he's
not.
And I
saying,
also like that it's more central,
It
and
is,
he-
and it's not in the lakes, and it's.
right,
and he's saying that he wants it because there's 20 people in the winter. Well, it's not gonna change in the winter.
yeah,
You can't play pickleball out on the court in the winter.
Yeah.
So it's not gonna help him that way, but that's why I've washed my hands of pickleball.
so anyway, so we have pickleball that's open. And what I want to do is to propose, you know, that we offered up for any senior. Actually, I was gonna ask Betty, because I know that Ken's very involved. And if he would head it up a day a week, like on a Wednesday from 5 to 7 at the school. The only thing at the school is that it's not well lined.
Well, I have the tape about.
You
the
do
tape,
have the
regular
tape?
We didn't put
Okay,
it down
all right.
last year.
So that was, I was hoping Betty would come tonight, but she may have forgotten. I didn't send out a reminder notice. I had a car appointment and between that elections and trying to do the Memorial Day program, I'm stretched, but so anyway, what the other thing that I'm thinking too is that I did have a senior come to me and they said they didn't want to play at the center because you can't just go and play. You have to wait your turn. And I did mention to them that we have the equipment here because we kept it here. Karen dropped it off last year. And maybe to put something out there to say if there are any seniors that would like to use the equipment, that we have it available here at
If
the
somebody
office.
does it with me, I would do it, if Betty's husband, but I can't be there every Wednesday or whatever.
Yeah,
I just have too much going on.
right.
you know,
No, I get it. I do, yeah, I do too. That's why I can't,
especially, you
You know,
know, like I don't.
Pickleball, something you can have two people to do, or do you need?
no, you need
You
really.
can play singles,
four.
but we're too old for singles. We'll just
Yeah.
put it politely.
It's
you
a
know,
lot of moving.
It's a, yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
So
it
it's
would
not
be a
like
lot of-
someone that.
You would need
Two
like
people
two
wanted to
couples.
stop in and pick up stuff. they-
Right,
they
two
couldn't.
couples.
Yeah.
Usually
people.
that's what it ends up
It's
being,
four
is
people,
that
is it?
two couples. And what I like down here is that it's just, they're all different skill levels.
right,
And
it's
it's
fun,
not-
I totally enjoy it, I'm just stretched and I'm just upset about that stuff.
So if he has 20 up in his. Do they,
They're not aware that we're doing it down here. There's,
I'm just trying to figure out the logistics, do all 20 get to play on a court at a
No,
time?
that's why they wait, if there's
they
20
have to
people,
wait,
you only
and that's
have.
why,
four
actually it
people
was,
who wanna play, there's only one court.
John
So
and
4
Jan
people.
House, you know them, you know John House, yeah, he's a pharmacist, retired.
Yeah.
And Jan worked at, what is it?
Maple Hill,
Maple Hill forever and a day. And anyway, he's the one that came in and asked me about the courts down to the school. And I did tell him that the equipment was here, and I'm comfortable letting it out to a responsible
Oh, yeah.
person that, you know, if they want to go down on a Monday night and play, we'd have the equipment. I don't see
But-
any
but
reason.
the thing is we used to keep it in the container over there.
Right,
But she never, the girl who was in charge of whatever before Dan, she never took it out for the winter
yeah.
and left it in there.
So I'm wondering if we could just leave it down
That's what I would
there
do.
with a lock or something.
I wouldn't even look at it. It was always there. It's still there. The mice got at it.
So
Yeah.
it's at the school already, you mean?
There's a, yeah, we bought
A big locker.
you know, a
Like
Rubber made locker and put it in
Yeah.
there. They're only $100. If somebody steals it, they'll steal it, but you know, they're not gonna steal it.
Yeah,
But if the people knew it was there, they'd go down there.
yeah.
So you'd have to have a key to it? probably?
No,
No, because what Karen's saying is to not lock it. It's
Okay.
basically gonna be an honor system. And most people are honest anyway, you know, there's those few.
Well, they're gonna even have to know it's there. I mean, they're.
Yeah, well, if I put something out on Facebook, because first we gotta share the information somehow. And that's the only way to get the information out there.
but what adult's gonna steal a pickleball then? I don't know.
That's what
You'd
I'm
have to
thinking.
bring your
Who's
own
gonna-
paddles. You'd have to bring your own paddles,
But
because
people
we don't
play
have
usually
paddles.
Have their own paddles.
Yeah, usually people that play.
So
So I don't know, what is everybody thinking about that? You know, that's a lot of conversation about. Should we just continue to keep this going down here and, you know, maybe Ken Weaver will co-chair
Yeah,
it
if he
with
does it and I have like
Karen.
one, you know, 1 week or 2 weeks a month, that's fine, but. You know,
Well,
every Wednesday.
I like having the idea of having it at the school and having it
Okay,
just available for drop-in, and people can use it as they want to.
yeah, I think so too. I know it does need to be retaped, because I know my old eyes couldn't see those lines very good at a certain hour.
yeah, I was just like, take that
Oh,
one
and so
last
where's the
year
lines?
because.
Because it is a tennis court, and the people that paid for it,
Wanted it.
and they paid again for it, because it had to be resurfaced.
And that was $10,000 they gave.
Yeah, it was not
Wow.
a cheap venture, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And they donated it also initially. It was a $30,000 project,
Right, and the
the
old,
first time,
just the
and then they
research.
paid for the resurfacing,
Wow.
and that was $10,000.
And
But
she
they're
allowed us,
tennis people.
right, but she allowed us to put the pickleball markings on, they're just that they're so hard to see the contrast, there's not much for contrast. She didn't want white lines, whatever, you know, because the tennis players would get upset, but you don't hardly ever see any tennis players down there either.
No, no,
So, you know, and this tape is yellow,
yeah,
so it'll be, and it's regular pickleball, it lasts, they say about 3 months. And then, you know, we tape it.
all right, let me reach out to Betty about Ken co-chairing. What do we think about putting it out on Facebook, to seniors?
I think it's great. Do it both
and
ways.
just say,
Yeah.
yeah, if you wanna play.
Just say there's
And are we
organized,
gonna leave it down there?
Yeah.
Is everybody in favor of leaving the net down there in the container?
well, especially if Dan was gonna roll one down there and leave it. What was I gonna do? Roll it down the highway every Wednesday night or whatever and bring it back to him? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know.
He says, oh, I've got this great net for you. Well, you don't take those down, they stay
No.
up.
Yeah,
So he was willing to let it sit there. When you have the kids will be rolling all around it.
yeah,
Going.
okay, so let's do, Facebook.
But I would wait even on the Facebook thing and see if Ken will help and then say,
I'll send that out to Ken
Then-
as soon as I can this week.
And then
I'm
we
taking
can
some
say-
time off and.
right, and then we can say. There's also organized every Wednesday
Mhm.
pickleball, but if you want to play in the meantime, it's it's
Right.
down there.
And what I'll try to do also is, row together, a flyer for Dan to give to the people who are playing during the day and want to play outside.
We'll see what Ken says. Because
All right. So this is kind of why I didn't do a June calendar yet, because I wasn't sure what we were gonna continue on. The senior craft day, which usually we do on Thursdays anyway, Karen, are you picking that up?
yeah, we
Solely.
started that already.
Okay,
Yeah.
so,
I'm gone, like, I'm gone. I've got to Ireland,
the whole month of,
and then I
June.
have to head back down to Florida,
okay,
so. Yeah, I'll probably be on all of June.
so who's gonna,
They'll just do that, they'll just do,
are they gonna do the macrame the whole time?
no, they'll just bring their own projects to work on it.
Okay, so craft projects on your own.
Yeah, bring your crap, that's kind of how it's been doing, but they don't
Okay.
like what I'm doing, they'll just bring something to do. Bring their knitting or whatever, especially if the class doesn't last long, some of the projects are just quick.
Right.
So are you going back down to Florida in July?
In June. I put my house on the market down there, so I need to get in
Oh,
there, clean
You're
it, do all
gonna
that.
become a Maynard?
No,
Oh.
I was gonna say, are you gonna be here year round?
no,
But
I
I
don't-
don't take that cold.
well, I can't take the heat down there, but it's just become a city. I can't live in a city. It's that they turned Naples into like a little Miami. The
Yeah,
building is atrocious. There's so many people. It's
Mhm.
crazy. It's high rise after high rise after high
Yeah.
rise. So was I here this summer? They put in 3 traffic lights in maybe 3 miles,
Mhm.
new traffic lights. I'm like, I'm done. My house insurance went up 800. My car insurance went up 600 and something. And I'm like, and that's just 1 year.
Yeah,
I'm like, done.
no, I know Naples is expensive.
Oh.
People who live down there
Yeah.
and, yeah.
It's gotten ridiculous. I mean, it is sick.
Yeah,
So anyway, so I'm going down there, putting it on the market, cleaning it out and heading back. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I just know
Okay,
I'm
so
done with the
basically-
city living.
Craft days are just gonna be, bring your.
You know what, and I hate to have a schedule.
Who is heading it up as far as opening it for craft?
Oh,
days?
Jean will.
Jean
or Ann.
Perkins?
Yeah, Jean or
Okay.
Ann, and I'll have them to keep.
So I will reach out to Jean too to see if she has, because it's nice to advertise it. Do you guys put the sign outside when
No,
you're up there?
No, but you know what, I like the idea of just, instead of me planning, just kind of, and have it on the calendar. I just like to kind of fly by the seat of my pants and have something, instead of saying, well, this week we have to do this, and this week we have to do this. I feel so constricted, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I would just, I don't know how we can word it, but just craft of the day, we don't know what it is.
Relax summer.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say, okay, I have to buy all this material this
No.
by this week.
And so I did tell you though, the town of Belgrade has an Amazon site for which we get.
But
credits
But
for,
getting
so-
Amazon stuff isn't the same as going to the craft store and getting what you need. That's how I feel. But whatever, it's
Yeah.
no
no.
different than I like, I also watched the budget because I was at Hobby Lobby, they had the, soap making blocks and the candle making blocks, 40% off. So I bought those, because we'll do that. They didn't have the thermometer and that, yeah, I'll get that off of Amazon, but I just buy the stuff when it's a good price and I know I can, get it into the schedule.
Okay,
I don't know.
all right, but you'll be back in July,
Oh,
okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm also, because I'm taking, when I come back, I'm looking for land in Tennessee. That's my.
You moving to Tennessee?
No, I'm not, just my winters. My winters. I don't want to ever leave Belgrade.
Asheville? No, that's North Carolina. What part of Tennessee?
I don't know. I just like the normal trees and the mountains. That it's not in Florida. It's.
Yeah, Florida is really a tough environment, I think. My cousin and a very close friend of mine lives in Mount Dora,
Yeah,
and I love Mount Dora,
I do too.
but to have to live down there year round for a year, it's just not me.
It's not me either. I was fine when it was not busy.
Yeah.
One piece for that.
Why didn't I? Why didn't I?
I think that in Miami, it's just like a big city.
Yeah, it's
The smaller scale.
Yeah, yeah.
That's one down.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No more from me. And
And I want to go print off.
Yeah,
I was in the 90s in the summer.
Yeah,
I mean, in the winter.
yeah. I can't take the heat and humidity,
Yeah.
that's why Maine is
So
good,
you-
but I like how it's good fit for me.
Just to put these up someplace, or you just.
No, they're just,
Information.
they're just for information that I for discuss them.
I thought
And they're
this
for
was
you.
this weekend. I looked and I saw it said we missed it because Cricket and I were hiking and I was like.
Right. Well, we kind of talked the June calendar, but we didn't on.
Dan did it.
That's lovely, and the ones you do are lovely.
Yeah,
too.
Dan did this
So the June calendar, which ends up being June 3rd on that Saturday. The plant swap, so I wanted to talk about that one first. So I plan to be there from 10 to noon. I think initially we said like 10 to 1, but we moved it 10 to noon and just figured that would be enough time. So I don't know, I was giving it some thought. I have plenty of things that I can dig up and bring, but it would be nice to have some seedlings. And I didn't know if people felt comfortable in going to either Longfellows or Pierce's or Stevens, or there's a couple of other greenhouses, and just, say we're part of the senior resource committee and we're looking for some vegetable seedlings that you may want to donate. And I just thought that it would be a nice thing, for people to just have their own little even container vegetables, lettuce, things like that. So I don't know, I'm throwing it out there. If I have time, I'll do it. But I didn't know, it was just a thought. I don't know if anybody here has things that they can divide up, and bring in, or not. I've had a couple of people reach out to me on Facebook and different things, and
that they had things to bring.
that they wanted things.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna dig some things up, like lilac bushes and
Mhm.
things like that, but.
Well, what did they want?
They wanted
Vegetables?
lilac,
Oh, they wanted
yeah,
one.
they wanted lilacs, but,
What
I
kind?
don't know, it'd be nice to have a nice turnout. I know last year we tried to do this,
We did it in the middle of the week though,
yeah, we did do it.
and it
middle of
was
the week.
thrown together. I mean, it really was quick.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I got a
I don't
lilac
plan
tree,
on
you know,
going there on Friday. I just figure everybody come on Saturday at that time. I don't see any need to make it a 2-day thing and to have to plan for it. I don't have time, I'll be honest. I just do not have time.
The Lithgow Library plant sale is the next day.
A library plant sale.
Yeah, in Augusta.
Oh, at
Lithgow.
the Lithgow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. That was a very nice advertisement.
Yeah.
As well, but they've been doing that
For
for
decades.
like
Yeah.
years.
They also
Years, it's
say
well
we're just-
established.
swapping them and
Yeah.
Yeah.
no money.
Yeah, and this is basically no money too. This is just a swap or come and, if there's something you want, come at it. It's good, a share kind of thing. Next year, I'm thinking, a donation jar,
Yeah, I actually thought that too.
a
If you
donation
know,
jar.
If someone wanted to
Yeah.
donate.
Yeah. But anyway, it's a thought. I don't know if anybody would be interested in stopping at Pierce's or Longfellow's, or if they need something, if you were interested in doing that. I could put something on letterhead just saying that it is a legitimate, it is the town of Belgrade. So they don't think that
Think what
somebody's
you think,
coming
yeah.
there.
Oh, boy, I just lost
Yeah.
those for nothing.
So that, and then I just thought it was a good idea to team up with the Belgrade Historical Society, because I was talking to Diane. And we've had a lot of interest in that too, and actually, I've copied off all these flyers, and I put out at least 25 and had to copy off another 25 of all of these. So, because people are picking them up, because I find that people, you can post something, but somebody's not necessarily gonna remember, but if they can pick up a piece of paper that has a date and a time and a place on it. I do things like that myself, I put it on my refrigerator. Anyway. So I thought it was a nice thing, we've had a lot of interest in that too, with people coming, and Eric, Hoagland's gonna be there, the books are on sale, and instead of having all these separate events, we've
Combined.
combining the events to get a larger number of people showing up. The last thing that I want to talk about is the botanical gardens. I am going on that. We did vote, even though we did not have quorum. But we did vote to supplement it by $10 and no fee to seniors for the bus itself. And Dan threw together that flyer. He is charging the people, non-residents, the full fee, because, ours is being supplemented through taxes. And he's also putting some additional money towards the bus in hopes to recoup some money, but they are filling up. They are,
June 14th is what day of the week?
it's Wednesday,
Wednesday.
right? Election day is Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yeah.
June 14th is Wednesday, but they are getting very full. He's had a lot of people call in and reserve their space
Well,
and
that's
stuff.
good.
So it's nice, I think so too, and I think it's nice that we show that we're working together with the rec
Mhm.
department. And,
Is there one bus, just one bus, or?
one bus, yeah, it's $1,500 for one bus, so
Wow, I
that's a
wonder.
lot.
Yeah, that
It's
is
a lot, yeah. Gosh, remember when the bus trips were like $400? We used to send them up north to go to
Yeah, I
lunch.
didn't remember how much they were, but I remember.
They're like
You
$400.
could get like 55 people on a bus.
Yeah, yeah, and it's $1,500 now.
How big is the bus? How many?
It's a steer bus,
How many does it hold?
about 55, the same number, yeah, yeah.
I'll be going on.
So anyway, just throwing that out there.
Can we back up to the plant swap just for a minute? We
Sure.
didn't talk about volunteers.
Yeah, I
I mean,
figured
I can be there.
I
don't
would
know
be
if you-
going to,
Do
yeah,
you want people in shifts, or do you just,
2 hours. And not going for an hour and leaving
okay,
and I'll just go for 2 hours. So if you want to come, that'd be good.
Oh, I'll definitely come.
Yeah, you're gonna come to Dale. Good.
Yeah, yeah.
Good. Yeah, yeah, it's hard to tell how many people we got, and how many plans we got. I'm gonna put a reminder on Facebook
Yeah,
again.
I'll go to Pierce's and pick up some seedlings,
Yeah,
maybe.
they're pretty good up there.
They are.
They are, and I know Suzette, so
Yeah.
Suzette Douglas works up there. And, but if they want a letter, if they want an exemption certificate, we can provide that, because
Or I'll just buy some stuff, talk to Brad when I see him at school or something.
yeah,
So I'll get something from there.
Yeah, so it's just 2 hours, so I don't think that's too long and a couple of us could. And anybody else is welcome. Okay.
I'm not committing to anything. If I show up, I show up. I do have plans.
You're gonna be gone.
No, I leave for Island on the 7th.
All right, what else did I want to talk about that I didn't get on here? So Mary is gonna put together a calendar. We did buy, Mary asked for a flip chart. So she's gonna do a calendar of monthly events. Is that how you're gonna break it down or
It
how?
will be for a year,
Okay,
and then we'll back it up, like if we're doing April, we'll back it up to what do we have to do to get ready for April?
right,
So we'll have the work, it's a work calendar.
yeah. Well, and I know some things that we've talked about that just have fallen off the, it was too
Well,
far
time
behind
goes
the eight
fast
ball was the
and, yeah.
taxes for seniors. And getting that organized and maybe having someone come in or finding the places where they can go. The other thing that we talked about is,
End of life.
end of life, and getting that on the calendar and what's a good time, to be doing those things. And,
At the end of life.
well,
You don't wanna wait.
before the end of life.
Yeah.
I've done
Yeah.
many advanced directives and doing them too late is like.
No, I
No,
understand that.
it's not a good thing. And doing wills and those things.
I don't do wills. I just do
No,
advanced
no.
directives.
But the importance of doing the will. And, even if it's, I have people come in here and they handwrite their wills. I have some people with a lot of money. And they came in here a few weeks back. With the handwritten. will.
That's legal
They
in Maine.
hand
As long as it's notarized,
the
right?
whole,
I
that's
think
all
so.
they wanted was a notary.
Yeah,
But they didn't go to a lawyer, they didn't,
right.
they
I-
hand wrote the whole thing, they have
Yeah.
plenty of money to pay for. A legal
Yeah.
will done by a lawyer,
Yeah.
but they hand wrote their whole
I think in
will.
some states that's prohibited, but I think in Maine that is
It is
legal.
acceptable.
Yeah.
It is. So,
Yeah.
there are all kinds of ways for people to do those things and people, I think, sometimes shy away from it because of the cost. Number one, they think they have to go see a lawyer,
Sometimes it's the idea of somebody knowing their business. As you get older, you don't necessarily, but somebody knowing your business.
right. Right. But, I want to print off one more thing, also the, Neighbors Driving Neighbors brought in these wires for us, to just look at and let us know that they're out there and that they are available for resources. But also, Kim did the second edition newsletter, so let me go print that out, because I didn't get that done, I believe that.
Yeah, we were in county. I think we were in county.
No, no. When I was doing advanced directives, I was a social worker, I was doing social work. And I used to work with families on end of life and hospice and those kinds of things, so.
They had hospice with my mom and it was pretty incredible, the people that worked through the hospice, yeah. They were pretty awesome.
We had hospice for my mother, my father-in-law, and my mother-in-law, and my aunt. Oh,
In fact, my mother, wasn't real sure she wanted people to come in, you know, it was
Yeah.
that, it's my business kind of thing. She was living with us.
Yeah.
And,
This did not
Any-
duplex, it's gonna be duplex though.
so the captain came in, Eddie came the first time, she didn't really open up. to him. And so the next time he came, he said,
Yeah.
how about we just sing some hymns? You know?
Gail are gonna be
Pick
there.
some
It's
hymns
only
out, we'll
2
sing some
hours, so
hymns.
it's not that long.
He said, well, if I'd known you were gonna sing, I would have
so we're
invited
gonna-
you to.
yeah.
And after that, she loved it.
This is gonna be duplex, I just, so I forgot to hit the duplex. There we go. And I never heard back from Sue on this.
Yeah,
Yeah, sometimes, I think she goes to Boston, doesn't she, for her grandkids?
Well, I sent it just before the weekend and I figured she's probably gone to the weekend, yeah. So anyways, I was not feeling really inspired this month, so, it just talks about the botanical trip and some of our ongoing programs with the walking and the crafts. I added the piece about the music in the green and through the summer that the rec center is doing, and then
You're
it's
right
just
on with ticks.
the ticks and.
Oh, the ticks are terrible right
Yeah.
now, aren't they? The black flies are coming. Holy, my neck is chewed right.
I
I
know,
wanna go in my garden, but I don't want them.
I know, I
I'm all
after
swollen.
work, I was trying to go out and just, do a few things, and all I was doing was this. It's like, oh, I just can't wait
I
till
know,
they're
So-
done.
and ticks are bad. I had Lyme disease, so Yeah. it's, yeah. My husband has an ongoing illness because of a tick, so
Yeah.
anyway.
the other thing that's already starting to bother people are those. crawlies.
This year.
Oh,
The
yeah.
branch, you mean,
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah. Caterpillar,
Instead of.
yeah,
Yes.
you're not fun.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
What's that?
Thank you. On the second page,
I'm
it
just-
says the deer tick has to
I
have
know,
it
it's
48, 4 to 48. It should say which causes.
Yeah, I
Lyme.
haven't printed, honestly, Kim, I haven't even really looked at it. I was straight out.
And after this goes out, if I get any interesting card games, I'll update you all, but,
Okay.
that,
Thank
put
you
that
for-
in there because people have asked me about it, so.
Right, yeah, thank you for, taking charge of that.
Yeah, and I don't know if there'll be any interest in bridge and, but people have asked me about bridge in 63.
Yeah, and
What's
in the
63?
summertime,
The card game?
63 is card game, yeah.
Yeah.
It's sort of like bridge, you bid on how many points you think you can get,
I don't know how to play bridge.
No, I don't.
yeah, I mean,
I love card games.
but it's nice to go out in the summertime in a hot summer evening and just get together with friends, even at the North Belgrade Community
Yeah.
Center and.
and I thought if you do it a couple hours in the evening, you still get home while it's light. So,
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
you're out for a couple hours, but.
I know places where Scrabble is very big too, it's not necessarily a card game,
right.
but.
Well, and we do have quite a number of games. We've got cribbage boards, we've got all kinds of things. It's just. We need someone who will be there to open the place to, just kind of be in charge. And it's hard because we may be 10 people. I'll tell you, we are one of the largest, committees that the town has. We are the largest committee. Even the Board of Parks and Rec had to downsize because they'd only have 2 or 3 people show up out of 10. Actually, it's 12 with the 2 that they're supposed to have. They downsized to 7. But, you know, I mean, for the most part, our group has been pretty good about showing, you know. Tasha, though, has got to back away. She has a medical issue. So she will not be part of this for probably 2 or 3 months. She's gonna have some surgery. So. For the most part, everybody's doing pretty good, and Hillary, she usually always comes, but I know she had that car accident. Things have not been good there. I want to touch base with Sue. I think Sue said that she did send her off a card, just letting her know that we were thinking about her and hoping that, you know, they were okay and if they even think to reach out to us.
Before we adjourn, I brought something to share. with
Okay,
you.
sure, yeah, I'm open for anything.
You know. We had talked about nutrition and cooking classes and stuff.
Yes,
Well, Roger and I are taking one right now. It's called Cooking Matters for Adults. It's healthy cooking. It's a 6-week course. It comes with the cookbook and all kinds of information about reading labels and comparing fats and all kinds of health stuff. How to stock your clothes, covered, all that. They cook something while you're there. And when you go home, you get this bag full of the same groceries you just cooked with.
Oh, that's
So there's no age limit or finance limit. They just want people that want to cook healthy.
mhm,
And they take 12 people. And they haven't ever done one in Belgrade, so they're pretty anxious to get out here and do one. Roger's not sure that people out here would want to eat a vegetarian or something like that.
But
I
you know,
said,
there are a
Everything
lot
you
of
need
people.
surprise, so
"Oh, yeah, he said
There are a lot of people. One of our select persons, her and her husband are strictly vegetarian for health reasons.
They're vegan.
Yeah, they're vegan, yeah.
Well, he's eating it and making it again at home, so he's doing okay.
Is he
Despite all
liking
his
it?
belly aching.
Is he liking it? Because we've had to be eating a lot of that at my house and, yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like you like it.
So who does this,
I like
Mary?
Well, it's sponsored by Maine General Health,
Oh, okay,
but it's funded through a different source.
okay.
So
So
is
does
it,
anyone pay a portion of it, or, I mean, no?
It's all free. And so every week we go home with one of these bags full of stuff. And then I have to try to figure out how to use it all.
I think that's a great idea.
I
No,
actually
that's a
do
nice
too.
idea.
I think that
Takes
doing,
home.
if we could would they come out here to do a class? And,
Well, they'll do 6. They do 6, one in a row, one every week.
oh, I
like,
see.
Oh, that would be.
Right
But
now,
there's
they
no
do it every
fee for it?
Thursday afternoon. There is no fee because they're already funded. They're funded to do exactly this,
Right,
to teach people healthy cooking and how to do some. I was just going to look for the recipe that we made.
You have to have a particular size and type of kitchen for them to cook
well,
in.
that's what I'm wondering too.
No, when they come, they bring their own cooking utensil, which is usually a big, like a big fry pan, electric fry
Uh-huh.
pan thing. So last week, they made chicken burgers. So we went home with peppers, onions, a pound of chicken. Think about that, Roger got one, I got one. Garlic powder, onion powder, dried parsley, black pepper, salt, canola oil. And we didn't get the water, but everything came with that in that bag, along with wheat rolls. To make the chicken burgers.
Huh.
Wow.
Yeah,
So did you take it home then and did you have to report back to them or anything
No,
like
because we
that?
don't always do exactly what. We've made quesadillas, black bean and vegetable quesadillas.
mhm.
Mhm.
And I'm trying to find the first one we made. I think it was a jambalaya we made, vegetarian jambalaya.
Yeah,
So,
no shrimp, no chicken, no kibas, and then.
no, but it had.
That was great.
Hey, you got over it.
So how do we get them to do that here, Mary? Is that,
I will tell you that before I leave.
okay?
I have that information.
Oh, good.
I think that's a great
I think
idea.
it's a good
I would
idea
love to
too.
go to
And
it.
you know
Go
what?
to
I
that.
would definitely.
So,
It's very cool. I
yeah,
wasn't sure how I'd like it. I mean, I've taught diet classes and everything and
right.
done all this stuff before, but this is different.
Huh.
And you taste it while you're there because they make enough for everybody to taste.
Right. So what is your time frame that you go? Like, is it in the morning?
You know,
Is it
it's right
2
now, it's in the
hours?
afternoon, 1:30 to 3, I believe.
So right now, we're still scheduled for movie Mondays at the North Belgrade Community Center from 2 to 4.
Well, she asked if we had a place, so all they need is a table to
Right.
set up on.
Yeah.
They come in with carts full of food and everything. And they're quite cool, they're funny, they young kids.
I think that sounds like a good idea. So they have 10 people,
But
12 people sign up.
And it's for 6 weeks.
it's 6 weeks.
So do you think that's something we'd want to do in the summertime, the fall or the winter? Or?
Well, how soon would they be able to do it?
They can do it this summer. What I would fear if you wait too long
Right,
is the funding's gonna be
Funding,
gone.
yeah,
right.
yeah.
And so you need to do it while the funding,
right.
So just go ahead and do it.
I'd say just do it.
Yeah,
I told her we probably might do it. She asked where we do it, and I said probably at where they have the food bank, and she said, oh, that would be great, because people would know where to go.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
As long as
It might
they
be
And
fun.
we are scheduled for 2 to 4. We're still on the schedule for movie Mondays for the North Bell. I did not take that off the calendar with Dan. So that is an open.
Just couldn't do it during the day, unless it was not Friday or 6 o'clock. Yeah, I know.
Her name is Samantha Grenier.
Okay,
Her phone number is there, and I think she put her private phone number on there.
yeah.
Oh, she put her
Well, she
email
put her
and
email on
her.
there, which is just as good,
Yeah.
because sometimes I don't have time
Yeah.
to talk on the phone, but I can.
Don't lose that, because that's all I got.
Alrighty.
Could we possibly do it
Well,
like?
thank you, Mary, because
Late
that's,
afternoon, like around 4 o'clock? Cause I mean, I'd love to do it, I just can't do it during the
during the
day, cause I'm
Yeah, I
working.
think you have to talk to them about that.
yeah, and see what.
One of them has young children,
Mm,
so I don't know what her limits are.
yeah,
Okay, I will definitely email them tomorrow and see if we can't get something lined up ASAP, like beginning in June.
Yeah.
Yeah, and run for 6 weeks. And then we won't be here. Maybe they won't start till July.
It looks also like it would be something good for young people just starting out. You know, because there are a lot of tips about how to cut up a chicken and cooking terms.
Yeah, we've had a couple of young people and they don't take it seriously.
mhm.
Oh, really?
I think that you find a lot of older people are changing how they eat and what they eat.
Yeah.
Well, they have to because of medical
The health,
issues.
yeah, right.
Well,
I
that's,
think
that's
a lot
why
of young
you would
people
go.
eat healthy anyway.
Yeah,
I mean, my son eats way healthier than I ever did at 30 something years old.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think,
My husband has
a
a
lot
lot.
of kids eat
Yeah.
healthy.
a lot of health issues, and that's why we took it. And I knew he would go if I didn't go, so. But he took out a meat thermometer today and checked the temperature on the chicken burger, I almost fell over.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a good thing, and maybe if we can get as soon as possible, so like you said, the funding doesn't run out and, wait, anything else on the calendar that anybody wants to talk about? I'll update the June calendar. I'll reach out to this person though. And if they can do something, maybe start in June, at the end of June or something, and go through July or. You know, and if it's something maybe they can keep coming back to, because why can't we have one at the North Belgrade Community Center? And then also have one at the Center for All Seasons.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll do two in the same area.
In the same area.
They might have to wait a while to do that,
All
but
right,
I know they'll do one.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, that's everything we're eating. Oh,
You can't eat beef, is that it?
no beef, nothing from a mammal, no cheese, no milk. No sour cream, no, none of the good stuff, not just beef. No pig, nothing from,
An animal, yeah.
chicken
Is-
and fish.
is
And
it-
how many ways can you cook chicken?
Well, you can make those chicken burgers. How
We
long
eat a
have you
lot of
been doing it?
vegetables, we've been doing beans, lots of beans.
They get better?
Huh,
Will it go away?
it will not.
It's for life.
The allergist said, no, it doesn't.
Oh, wow.
But has your different diet helped him?
Yeah, he hasn't broken out in hives that turn into big, huge wells. He has not broken out since he has
Made the change?
made that change.
Well, that's
Yeah, and he
good.
was breaking out once, twice a week. And usually it was in the evening after dinner,
Mhm.
and he'd break out in these hives that turned into wells.
Now, is that how
The
you found
worry
out?
is that, well, it got into his throat and couldn't breathe.
Oh, that's-
So we had to call 911, yeah. Because they start affecting your.
Mhm. Yeah,
So what was he diagnosed with?
He has
Yeah.
alpha gal that was from a tick, was from the Lone Star tick. He- I know, and he knew he got bit by one and he saved it forever for like 3 years. And then and he knew he got bit by one, but we didn't know what the repercussion of all that was, because I had Lyme disease in 2012 and that was bad enough.
Mhm.
I had a lot of things happen.
But didn't he get checked then, when he had
Are you
that?
kidding? He's a man.
Because could they have done something with an antibiotic?
No, because there isn't any cure for that. There's no cure
Did he get
for,
bit by Lone Star tick here?
yes.
Oh, I didn't know he had Lone Star tick. I know,
Yeah.
I know.
No,
the
they are
downside.
here, but they're not as prevalent
Oh.
as the regular deer tick. But the allergist actually said that, he had 3 people in that month with the same symptoms, same everything. And, anyway, he told him it won't go away. It doesn't go away. So he doesn't dare to touch anything. You know what? I had natural case and hot dogs today. Because I've got to have some kind of meat. He had chicken hot dogs
Mhm.
or turkey hot dogs, whatever they were.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't eat that stuff. But, yeah, so anyway, it just is what it is. Everybody's got something. But, yeah, thank you, Mary. I think that would be a good idea, and I'm gonna email her tomorrow right away. And
Quite excited about.
I would like to get that into your newsletter, if, you know. we can get something set up immediately before
Yeah.
we print that off and,
So that would be-
Let me
yeah,
know,
I'll send
like
out that
I said,
newsletter
I
to
just
everybody, because that's
Fill
surprised,
stuff in this time to fill in the space, so yeah,
yeah,
I
Yeah.
can take something out. I can take out, did you know that Belgrade had two brothers that served as governor? I can take that out.
okay.
Because I was filling the space.
So Mary, what if it's really popular? Well, North Belgrade might not be the right place to do it.
It's
but-
only 12 people and it's only for 6 weeks.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
just, okay.
Yeah.
It's only
I
12 people.
completely
Yeah.
forgot that,
Yeah,
okay.
and I think it's, yeah. I think it would be fine up there. It's
Oh, yeah.
nice, it's quiet.
Oh, yeah. with,
Sometimes there's, and you know, we're moving into it, they'll be doing camp down there, so that place will not be
I know,
available
I know.
during the daytime at all.
Do you, watch while they're preparing it though? Because up there, the kitchen.
You're not the kitchen.
But she said they bring a
Okay.
table and they set everything up
Cooking
on
on
the
the
table.
stove, you wouldn't be able to,
Table, just like a regular, like our bowling.
So it's a-
table is down.
like an electric.
So
stove.
yeah, down in the.
Right,
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's a
Yeah.
big open space, so everybody can
yeah,
see.
they'll be right in front, and then you set up some tables and stuff for people to sit at that are taking the class.
Yeah.
So, when we advertise it, we probably need to have some kind of an outline or something. They probably, do they provide that?
I'm sure they would.
Yeah, she would probably send something over and we could throw something together pretty easily. They just call right here and I'd sign them right up, just like I do everything else, so. And as soon as 12 people hit, that's it.
Okay,
Do a couple on the waiting list,
Okay.
yeah,
because people tend to drop out of
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
and
true.
it might be, they might go to the first one and say, no, I'm not sure. And so if we had a couple of people
Yeah.
we knew wanted to do it, yeah. Right.
All right, yeah, it sounds like a great idea, Mary. So I'll reach out tomorrow and then I'll send out an email. Hopefully tomorrow. I am out on Thursday. I'm planting flowers and
I go to senior spectrum generation in Waterville.
Yeah.
Sometimes. My husband and I used to both volunteer there. So we did that for a long time. I find out all kinds of stuff because I belong to the Lewiston senior group too. So I,
Yeah, it was.
And they have a nice newsletter. Yeah, I mean, Kim does a great one but they have a lot of stuff in there that it's like a newspaper almost with just events going on that are, you know. Yeah,
So Mary, this looks like it's billed like it's a plant swap. I thought you were, I somehow
Plant
was thinking it
swap,
was a
yeah.
sale.
no,
No,
it's
it's a swap.
it's a swap.
It's free.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
I
free,
just-
yeah.
Where have I been? I wasn't at the last meeting.
All right, are we all set?
yeah, okay.
Okay, all right, have a good night, everyone, thanks for coming.
Thank you, Mary.
Yeah, thank you.